Oh dear, the poor folk over in Canada have had to suffer years of woke nonsense thanks to the Trudeau government, and sad to say it looks like there'll be more of the same under Mark Carney. Much of this idiocy has been directed towards pointless emissions reduction policies, which have already cost the country billions of dollars but have made, and will continue to make, absolutely zero difference to the climate. Every molecule of carbon dioxide that Canada has eliminated at great cost has been cancelled out multiple times over by China. But one of the more boneheaded ideas Canada has been pushing has been that of electric, battery-powered ferries. Compared to diesel engines, batteries and motors for vessels such as this are incredibly expensive and extremely impractical, requiring megawatt hours, or the equivalent of hundreds of EV batteries worth, of capacity to be viable, which then takes hours to charge. And that's, of course, if you remember, as these numbskulls didn't, to install the chargers, that is. Otherwise, you have to charge them using diesel generators anyway. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer, now Sydney-based YouTuber. If you'd like to support this channel and display your anti-EV credentials to your Tesla-owning neighbours at the same time, why not buy some awesome MGUY merchandise, like this mug, this baseball cap, or this t-shirt. Each high-quality item sports the MGUY No EVs sign, and they're all made to order, perfect for irritating the hell out of your local EV zealots. Visit store.mguy.tv or click the link in the description to check out the full range of products. And of course, you can always just buy me a coffee. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Two equally insane stories today from opposite ends of Lake Ontario, where the net zero mind virus has truly addled the brains of the local governments in charge of ferry services, who have both managed to splash out on very expensive battery-powered ferries, but somehow forgot to provide for charging them. And that's ignoring the fact that a well-maintained diesel engine ship can go on for literally decades and decades. But in a fraction of that, they'll be forced to replace the entire battery at yet more vast cost. The whole thing is truly insane. Firstly, thanks to everyone who sent me this video from Toronto. Go and watch the whole thing at the link in the description, but here's just a short extract.
Toronto, our beloved broken metropolis, decided it was time to replace the aging gas-guzzling ferries that take people to the Toronto Islands. Nice idea. Forward-thinking. Eco-conscious. Finally, a green initiative that makes perfect sense. So in 2021, City Council approved the purchase of fully electric ferries. The cost? Around $63 million for two of them. Timeline? 2025. And as of 2024, the ferries are ready. There's just one tiny problem. We forgot to build the charging stations. I will say that again. We forgot to build the charging stations. The city ordered electric ferries without planning where or how to charge them. It's like buying a Tesla and realizing you don't have a driveway, no garage, no power hookup. So now you've got a $63 million paperweight. This is not a joke. And the fix? That's going to take, wait for it, several more years. No backup plan, no temporary solution, no common sense. You know what the city's answer is? We'll just run them on diesel until the infrastructure is ready. Yes, that's right. They're going to run electric ferries on diesel. Let that marinate in your brain for a moment.
Go and give that guy a like on his video. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Give him a sub as well. It's a great video. You should check it out. But the video, what he says, it says it all, really. And don't think for 1 minute that the infrastructure installation will be easy. These vast batteries will need tens of megawatts of power to recharge in anything like a reasonable time. So I hate to think how much that will cost or how long it will take. They'll need to build a hell of a lot of wind turbines and solar panels just to cover the demand of these ferries. And another equally idiotic story, almost identical in fact. Ontario's electric ferries are still running on diesel and costs are adding up. Receipts show thousands of litres of fuel burned with monthly bills of $150,000 to $200,000. For years, different Ontario governments have used the electric ferries for Wolfe and Amherst Islands as evidence the province is leading by example in the battle against climate change. But both vessels are still being powered by diesel fuel. The two boats have been serving their communities near the headwaters of the St. Lawrence River since last summer. However, charging infrastructure has yet to be fully installed. Mark Sibley, a member of the local environmental group 350 Kingston, said he was elated in 2018 when the province first announced the ferries would be electric. He summed up his reaction to the ongoing use of diesel in one word: disappointed.
Okay. Disappointed!
Let's get on with it, he said. The time has passed that they should have been electrified. Invoices obtained by CBC through a Freedom of Information request provide a snapshot showing the boats have burned hundreds of thousands of litres of fuel, with monthly costs to taxpayers ranging between $150,000 and more than $200,000 for each ferry. While the Amherst Islander 2, AI2, has experimented with intermittent charging, it may take until 2027 for the Wolfe Islander 4, WI4, to go fully electric as construction on its docks drags on, according to Ontario's Ministry of Transportation. And the mayor in charge is fully infected with the net zero mind virus. The purpose of these boats is to be electric boats and to help Ontario meet its climate targets, he said. We will get there. Sibley says he recognises the ferries have faced obstacles, but he believes continuing to run Ontario's so-called electric boats on diesel signifies a failure to meet the challenge of climate change. We're in a climate crisis that demands urgency, he said. It's symptomatic of governments that are not moving with sufficient speed and scale. Does he realise that his lovely electric ferries will not make one iota of difference to the climate? And that all the emissions saved by the millions of dollars wasted on them and the charging infrastructure will have been wiped out in no time at all? I hope the people living there are happy that their tax dollars have been frittered away on a massive virtue signalling exercise. Apparently, the ferries are being used in hybrid mode, with the diesel generators recharging the batteries to provide power to the electric motors. It would have been cheaper, of course, and more cost-effective just to pour the diesel into the old diesel ferries and be done with it. But that wouldn't do, because then we couldn't crow that we're saving the planet. Let me tell you something, you're not anyway. Thanks very much for watching, really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any tips or stories, go there. If you'd like to watch another video, go there. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, go there. And please subscribe to this channel.